Hello, friends and fellow rebels, and welcome to the woods. Today, I want to give a dissenting opinion on a very important topic, and that is the topic of forgiveness. Now, I know that most traditions, most spiritual traditions, advise someone to always forgive everyone all the time for any transgression, because if you forgive, you will be forgiven. If you forgive, well, your life will become so much better. You won't be held back by your past. And in general, that is very good advice. However, life is not quite so simple and straightforward. And I'm not going to tell you something just because it sounds good, just because everybody agrees with it. I think it's important that you look at things from the standpoint of what works. Spiritually, what works. And what works is tailoring your response to the situation. Now, when you say to someone, you need to forgive that person, well, what is it that we feel when we haven't forgiven someone? Usually, the emotion is anger. We're holding anger, some form, some level of it. And what is anger? As we've talked about, anger is a policing emotion. It's the emotion that you feel, it's what you feel when you're faced with a situation that needs to be corrected. What you're doing with your anger is you're throwing your energy out into the universe, into your surroundings, into a situation with the intention of adjusting it in a specific direction. Sometimes that's necessary. And sometimes when you stop adjusting a situation, it falls apart. So what you need to use is discernment. We've talked about discernment. Anger is a strong emotion. When you feel anger, you're pulling a lot of energy into you for the purpose of adjusting. If you're feeling anger towards someone, you've got something you need to adjust. And if you want to forgive that person, if you want to practice forgiveness and let go of them, which is a good thing to do, because when you're holding an energy like anger in a situation or with a person, you're expending your vitality. It's costing you. And maybe you want that energy for something else, something more productive, something more fun, something that will shift the whole situation into a better place. So what do? You find a solution. Whatever the problem is, you solve the problem. You solve the threat. So you can forgive. You can forgive when you solve the problem. Because once you solve the problem, you will not need to hang on to that energy of, I'm not going to forgive. I'm not going to forget. I'm going to protect. So, if you want to forgive, solve the problem. If there's a problem to solve. And if there isn't a problem to solve, why haven't you forgiven the situation, the person, or why haven't you forgiven already? Because if there's no problem, you're just wearing yourself out for nothing. Let it go. Because when you hang on to a situation like that, it's a two-way street. You're tying yourself to that situation or that person. If it's not making you happy, what are you doing? Forgive. Forget. Move forward. If you can't do that, if you can't let go of that emotion, ask yourself, what am I protecting myself from? What problem do I need to solve here? What's the solution? What do I need to adjust to get out from under this? Put it in your meditations, put it towards source, ask for a solution. and then forgive and move on. My point is, sometimes that low-grade anger or that hot anger that you feel, it serves a purpose. Don't just dismiss it. Figure out the origin, deal with the problem, and then move on. Welcome. Welcome to the woods.